Welcome back, everybody, and we're back here with another Next Unique Individual interview. We're here with Jay Green, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Like she said, my name is Jay Green, or Justin Green. I go by the producer tag Greenery. Graduated from North Carolina Central, best HBCU on earth. Been doing music since I was like 3-4 years old. Had a passion for producing. I've been doing that since I was about 22, 23 years old. Still got a passion for music, got a passion for basketball. I kind of put all that passion into one and just feel like I'm providing a service by doing the music that I do. That's who I am. Just a producer out here trying to provide a vibe.
What's your musical background?
Like I said, I've been doing music. I started out on percussion at 5 years old. Started singing with my parents and my family. My family got a deep musical background. My grandmother's trained my mom, my brother, my uncles to sing, and my aunts. All of them played musical instruments. Like I said, I started out on percussion. Got kind of bored with that. I seen a lot of guys really jazzing up their music with piano, so I switched to that at the age of 13. This is where I live right here. This is my thing, just touching on keys. I feel like that's therapy for me. I can't go a day without touching keys. I can't go a day without touching on the speed machine. So yeah, I feel like I'm really musically inclined. I learned so many more instruments before I finally settled with the piano. So got a deep musical background,
So yeah, cause I know you talk about, I guess you play for your church.
Yeah.
You play piano. Did you do percussion with them too?
Oh yeah. I started out playing percussion for groups, different churches. Used to get paid for that. I actually had choir rehearsal this morning. I'm super tired coming from that, matter of fact. But like I said, being that it's my passion, it don't matter what time of day it is, like who it is. I'm willing to just do music with anybody, any time of day.
What would you say is your inspirations, I guess, behind what you create?
I feel like I have a few. It starts off with how I'm feeling. I don't think you can do anything in life without a feeling first, or an emotion. I feel like to be in tune with the music, I have to be in tune with some type of feeling or emotion or vibe. So a lot of times when you hear my music, it's like, oh man, this is deep, this is thoughtful, and it's like, yeah, I was really in deep thought making this.
Yeah.
Oh man, this trapped out, and it was like, oh, I was feeling good, I'm turning up making this. So it really starts out with a feeling or a vibe, and then it can trickle down to anything as far as who I come across, who I associate myself with. Sometimes I have friends that call me, hey man, I listen to this vibe and I feel like you can make this. Being that I have such a deep Christian and musical background in church, a lot of my music comes from that type of vibe. A lot of my music inspiration on that side comes from like the Kirk Franklins, the John P. Keys, R.I.P. the late great Grant Allen. Those are some greats when it comes to production and not just beat making, choreographing, or an actual masterpiece of music, full out production. Because a lot of people get that misconstrued, beat making and production. Anybody can make beats.
Yeah.
Like anybody in this crib can come in here and tap on these pads and come up with a beat. It's a whole different thing for production, and I look up to the ones who really dive deep into the art of producing a full out masterpiece, not just a track, not a single that's gonna last a few months.
Yeah.
Because we see where a designer at. Like I don't, or whoever made that beat for him, I don't know. It was short lived because it's just a hype. I'm not about hype songs. Like my songs are gonna last for years and years. So I look up to the ones who got songs from the 90s on up, and they're just lasting, like it sound fresh, like they just made it.
When you work with artists, how is that process? Like, how do you guys come together? Do you make a beat first, or y'all come in the studio together and it just happen?
Um,
depending on who it is?
it can fluctuate, like you said, depending on who it is, depending on how I'm feeling that day, depending on scheduling. Because even while I'm doing this, I still got a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So if somebody say, "Hey, I'm trying to make music at 11," I'm like, "Nah, I gotta teach kids from 8 to 3. You gotta wait until like 4 or 5 o'clock when you wind down." But besides that, I have probably over 1,000, 2,000 beats on this laptop. When some people, "Man, I'm feeling this vibe, I rap this." I'm like, "Oh, I got that."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I pick from these 5 or 10, and it's like, "Oh man, get all of them." Or it's, "Man, I want something fresh." And by me having the ear for music, it's nothing to cook up anything. So it can be my type of vibe that I'm looking for, or that I've already created. It can be the vibe that the artist is looking for if I already got something for them, or if they just want something fresh. I can adapt to anything. And to be a producer, you have to be fully adaptive to any type of vibe or any type of artist that you gotta work with.
Do you have any favorite producers in the industry now or gone?
Oh man. I feel like I'm old school. I like guys like Barry Gordy. Yeah, definitely, man. Rick Rubin, genius. Even Prince. This is a surprise to me, and I really didn't like him as an artist, but as a producer, he's a genius. Young Bird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I said
Hitmaker. I said,
Yeah.
"Oh man."
I didn't even know he had that.
Genius. Genius. Like behind so many songs of R&B, pop, hip hop, trap, is to be able to fluctuate. Like I said before, that is amazing. I even look up to the artists who can do the same, like and still carry themselves at the top tier of both of them, like J. Cole. J. Cole produced a lot of his own tracks. Big Crit produces a lot of his own tracks. As far as just producer spirit, like Timberland, definitely Scott Storch. Myself. Like I'm a huge fan of myself, and the funny thing is I had to become that. Like I used to be such a huge critic of my own music, and it took other people to be like, "Man, this is nice." And like I took a standpoint from like a fan, and it's like, "Man, this is pretty good, solid
I remember
work."
you sent us some stuff before, and I get like you said, the old school vibe. You doing like samples and stuff like that. Like I'm a big fan of your samples.
Appreciate it.
It's you can hear what the sample is, but it's still completely different from what it came from.
And that's exactly what I'm aiming for. It's like I want the older cats to still vibe, but I still want the younger guys and the newer generation. Like, "Oh man, this is something I listen to with my uncle, my grandparent, or something. They can vibe off." So, like I said, I'm all about the vibe. So,
do you just make your beats and then I guess keep them in a collection? Like just have your this is my R&B beats. These are my soul.
I used to
organize like that.
I used to. I feel like I can't do that so much now because you will listen to a beat come on 97.5 and it's like, "Oh man, they about to start rapping and it's singing."
Yeah.
And then vice versa, it's like, "Oh, they about to start singing." It's like, "Oh, this is rap." It's been the same for my music, and I'm like, "Oh, an R&B artist want this."
Yeah.
And it's like, it's super trapped out, but they like the vibe and how it rocks. So I don't even categorize my sounds.
Oh.
I just got one big folder that says sounds. I go in there for anything because I feel like I can't go one day and be like, "All right, I'm gonna make this type of beat."
Yeah.
Anytime I've done that, it don't work. It don't work. Because I feel like you gotta be open-minded to anything, any type of vibe. So I don't categorize anything as far as my music.
Do you have a favorite sound when it comes to the board?
I got a few. Obviously the piano. I love the piano sound because I feel like that's worldwide. Pop, Latin, hip hop, Christian music, country music.
Yeah.
You can always hear a piano, also a guitar. You see a lot of guitars being used in a lot of trap music now. And originally for me, that started in country.
Yeah.
You would hear a lot of country and jazz and blues. So I see where a lot of instruments are, even the flute. I'm like, man, I hear a lot of flutes and a lot of trap. That's something from India, Africa. Like, so to see it carry its way over here is, I'm seeing myself having to be open to more instruments. I like my piano, I like my bass, like I like my 808s, of course. But now it's like, all right, I got this. Let me add a synthesizer. Let me add some more percussions to this. Let me add a vocal to this or something. So it makes the beat more full. So a lot of times rappers ain't gotta say something, the beat speak for itself.
Well, we usually like to wrap up our interviews with the question, what makes you feel like you're the next unique individual?
I feel like I'm the next unique because my style is unique. I'm a very unique individual. Unique means different. It means you gotta be kind of weird in a way. And there's nothing wrong with being weird. My music comes off as weird sometimes because it don't give the vibe that people listen to on the radio.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want you to feel something different because I'm not like these niggas. I put myself on a different, not a pedestal, but I put myself in a different category and a different lane than these niggas. So I don't feel like it's a competition when it comes to certain things as far as music. I don't feel like it's like, man, I gotta outdo him, or oh man, he made this type of beat, I heard Metro do this, or is it told me this? Like, so what? I got my own lane. I do my own thing, so that for me to feel that and see that, and not just me, others see that, I mean, I'm definitely up next. If I ain't now, I'm up next.
Well, we appreciate your time and sitting with us and talking with us.
I appreciate you having me, definitely. Definitely appreciate it.